This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. So please stay tuned. Hello everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me here. It is very much appreciated. What we're going to do today is we're going to complete our look at the 2023-24 National Hunt season with the second part of the review of Punchestown 2024. The first part was done the other day. That is already on the channel for you all to watch. What we're going to do today is we're going to concentrate on the second part, and I have 4 more races to show you from the Punchestown Festival with horses on the YouTube channel to see how they got on. The first race we're going to take a look at is the Grade 1 Novice Chase featuring Gaelic Warrior. We're going to take a look at a winner's bumper featuring Samir. Then we're going to move forward to the 3rd of May. We're going to take a look at the Mare's Chase and the run of Allegory de Vassy. And then we're going to finish taking a look at Punchestown by taking a look at 2 novice hurdlers in the 2.5 mile Grade 1 race. Ballyburn, winner at Cheltenham Festival, and Mirror's West. And we'll also, as we go on, take a look at the races, and we'll take a look at the horses and the results. Like I said, the first race we're going to take a look at is the Novice Chase, the Grade 1 Novice Chase, featuring the Grade 1 champion, Cheltenham winning, Arkle winner, Gaelic Warrior. Let's see how the race transpired.
Flags are raised. And then off from the forerunner, Grade 1, Punchestown Castle Novice Chase. 2 miles and 11 fences in the Circular de Soy, leading Gaelic Warrior, Ilete Tom. The stable companions followed by the big outsider Mount Frisco. Uphill they go to the first fence. The leader is Circular de Soy and Mark Walsh from Gaelic Warrior and Paul Townend, opening up an advantage over the third running Il Ete Ton and Danny Mullins, with the back marker Mount Frisco and Daniel King. On rising ground of fence number 2, Hercule de Soy strides on by 3 lengths to Gaelic Warrior. So good in the Arkle when last seen. 5 lengths to Il Ete Ton. 4th of the 4 is Mount Frisco. Over the uphill fence, Hercule de Soy spacing them out, going downhill to fences 3 and 4, of which 3 is the first ditch. Hercule de Soy, followed by Gaelic Warrior, and 3rd is Ilete Tom, dual Grade 1 of this campaign. Mount Frisco continues the back marker. Not a single change from first to last, going to the 3rd fence, the bottom of the track. Hercule de Soy from Gaelic Warrior, Ilete Tom, slightly fiddled it in 3rd. With the back marker, Mount Frisco, on to the 4th. Hercule de Soy from Gaelic Warrior. Ilete Tom landed 3rd ahead of Mount Frisco as they swing a right to head down the far side to the first of 3 fences. Another 7 left to jump. And the Barbarastown Castle Novice Chase Grade 1. Hercule de Soy, Mark Walsh, stalked all the while by the long odds and favourite Gaelic Warrior and Paul Townend. Ilete Tom, Danny Mullins, joined for 3rd by Mount Frisco and Daniel King. At the 5th, Hercule de Soy from Gaelic Warrior, Ilete Tom, Mount Frisco. As the quartet tightens up, going to the 6th last fence, middle one down the far side, Hercule de Soy, Gaelic Warrior, less than 2 legs between them, then Ilete Tom and Mount Frisco. Going to the 2nd and final ditch at the end of the back straight. This fence coming up 5 from the end. Hercule de Soy up and over from Gaelic Warrior. Ilete Tom and Mount Frisco. Still no changes from the outset, turning out of the back straight with 4 fences left to jump. Hercule de Soy, as of yet to be headed. Gaelic Warrior now within a length. 3rd place, Ilete Tom. 4th of the 4 is Mount Frisco as they turn towards the fourth glass fence. Hercule de Soy makes the bend a length in front of Gaelic Warrior, the Téton, and Mount Frisco facing the fourth glass fence. What's left are plain fences. Hercule de Soy, Gaelic Warrior, Il Téton on the outside of Mount Frisco. Another three fences left to jump. Hercule de Soy from Gaelic Warrior, Il Téton on the outside. The stable companions followed by Mount Frisco. The fence on the home turn, three out. Hercule de Soy from Gaelic Warrior, who jumped up on terms. Mount Frisco and Il Téton both shaken up at the back. Their heads turned for home with two fences left to jump. Matched in, Hercule de Soy and Gaelic Warrior. Edging closer in third is Il Téton, Mount Frisco. First one to crack, in line for the final two fences, the three stable companions wide across the course. Gaelic Warrior in the centre, on the left Hercule de Soy, on the right Il Téton, coming in between the final two fences. And we're on for a good finish between the stable companions. Gaelic Warrior, Il Téton on the outside. On the inner is Hercule de Soy, the final fence. Over to just in front, Gaelic Warrior from Il Téton from the near side, who's coming home best of all. Il Téton is turning over Gaelic Warrior in the Punchestown Castle Novice Chase. Il Téton, another grade one this season from Gaelic Warrior. Hercule de Soy well clear of Mount Frisco as Willie Mullins closes in on Dermot Wells' long-standing record as winning most trainer.
Well, what can people say there? The Arkle form from the Cheltenham Festival, well and truly turned round by the jukebox jury sired Il Téton, running to a racing post rating of 165 to take out the Grade 1 chase. Gaelic Warrior could only finish second, running to a mark of 161. Gaelic Warrior has had a fair season, I think. He's won 3 of his 5 chases. His best mark was at the Arkle when he ran to a mark of 172 when winning that day. That was his second best performance. He's also chucked in a couple of 150 plus runs as well. It's into open company now for Gaelic Warrior. No novice hurdles and chases next season. And it will be interesting to see how the horses campaigned. I personally cannot wait to see what they do with the horse. All right, the next race we're going to take a look at on the same day was actually the last race of the day. And as a consequence of that, I'm having to use the Racing TV website to take a look at the bumpers race won by Samir. I don't usually use their website, but this time I do have to use it because it is the middle of the night where I get my races from, and the race just wasn't on the website I use. So let's take a look at Samir, shall we?
Like this, but yeah, there'll be no shortage of pace.
In the finale, the JP&M Doyle winner's bumper over 2 miles, and straight off into the lead goes Wingman, building up a clear advantage over Port Joulon and Cantico. Stable companions together, and then the passing wife. Now, what do you think next? Running the rail is Samir. In between horses is Gold in the Mountains, the red cap, and then Angela Dundee. Queensbury Boy, the English runner over, is one behind. Big D, it's Wingman. Harry Swan out in front of Port Joulin. Patrick Mullins. And Cantico. Jody Townend as they go up to the bend. Samir, John Gleeson on the inside. Of Gold in the Mountains and Power King. In between those two is the grey Angelo Dundee. And Dara McGill, and then the passing wife. And Declan Lavery. Now what do you think? And Joey Dunn. Big D. Johnny Barry just relegated to the back of the field, Queensbury Boy and David Maxwell. Heading up to the top of the track. Little changes from first to last. It's Wingman by 5 to 6 lengths from Port Joulin and Cantico second and third, then Gold in the Mountains. Angela Dundee on the inside. A debut winner at last year's festival. Not seen since. They make that turn, bringing them down to the bottom of the track. Further clear is Wingman, now by 8 lengths to Port Joulin, Cantico, Gold in the Mountains shades the fourth. On the inside is Angelo Dundee, and then the passing wife, Big D, takes closer order the orange jacket on the inside of Now What Do You Think, Queensbury Boy. And at the back of the field, dropping ground is Samia. Into the back straight they go. Wingman maintains a useful lead over Port Julian and Cantico, then Angelo Dundee on the inside of Gold in the Mountains. Now What Do You Think is next? Racing just outside halfway in the JP&M Doyle winner's bumper. Wingman with a slightly reduced advantage over Cantico and Port Julian together second and third, and Gold in the Mountains. Now What Do You Think in the passing wife and Angelo Dundee next? With the back three, Queensbury Boy, Big D and Samia. 7 furlongs to go. And it is Wingman coming back greatly to the pack. Giving chase, Port Julian and Cantico with Gold in the Mountains. Then Angelo Dundee. Now What Do You Think on the outside of the passing wife? And then Big D, Queensbury Boy, and getting a reminder at the back of the field is Samia. 5.5 furlongs to go. It's Wingman. As of yet to see any one of his rivals. Leads 2 lengths, Cantico, Gold in the Mountains. Dropping back on the inside is Port Julian. And then Now What Do You Think in the passing wife, and Angelo Dundee next, followed by Queensbury Boy, Big D leaving behind Samia, who's been struggling now for quite a while. Inside the last half mile. In front is Wingman. Gold in the Mountains and Cantico are followed by Angelo Dundee. Queensbury Boy out wide with Now What Do You Think in the passing wife. Being eased out of contention is Port Julian, passing the 3. Wingman heads for home with Angelo Dundee setting off in pursuit, then Gold in the Mountains. Queensbury Boy there on the outside, and then the passing wife racing into the home straight. 2.5 furlongs to go. As they return to their point of departure, it's Wingman. What has he left from Angelo Dundee? Queensbury Boy. Round the outside is the passing wife. Gold in the Mountains has found precious little. Wingman is gone again from the front. Followed in second by Queensbury Boy, then the passing wife. Angelo Dundee fades, but racing inside the final furlong. It is Wingman out clear. In second is Queensbury Boy. Third is the passing wife. 150 yards to go. And the JP&M Doyle bumper for winners. It's Wingman lasting it out from Queensbury Boy. Separated by a couple of lengths at the line. The passing wife in third. Fourth is Angela Dundee. As Wingman closes out Stayers evening on a cracking treble-winning note for Gordon Eddy.
Good performance there by the winner, Wingman. Wingmen, it's fair to say, on the day, the Cave Tara side gelding running to a mark of 126 to land the race under promising £5 claimer, Mr. Harry Swan. Our horse there, though, Samir, it ran an awful race, didn't it, really? It's fair to say it was one of the first beaten, and it never troubled an inch. Very disappointing run, it's fair to say, from the horse, who ran quite well on debut, winning by 8 lengths in January, and then we wait until May to see the horse again in another National Hunt flat race, and the 4-year-old gelding goes and does that. I mean, obviously, way too soon to be writing this horse off. But it's definitely fair to say that I was hoping for a much better performance on the day than that from the Joseph O'Brien trained gelding. Very disappointing. That was the end of the action for the 2nd of May. On to the 3rd now. We've got 2 races to show you there. The first one, like I said, was the Mare's Chase. And that featured another one of our horses, Allegory Devassi, who's been a bit of a stable in these races this season, with some with success and others not so much. Let's see how she goes today in what proved to be her last race of the season.
White flag raised. Tape released. First to show in front is last year's runner-up Onstey with 14 fences to jump. Close up is her stable companion Allegory Devassi. couple of lengths to Brights Hill and then Calico as they meet up with their first fence, and jumping on is Allegory de Vassy. Heads Onsty, then Brights Hill. Calico Must Be Obeyed on the inside is followed by Ardira Rue, and the rank outsider Echoes of Family is last of the 7. Turning into fences 2 and 3 and striding on in front is Allegory de Vassy and Paul Townend. Straightens for the 2nd, leading Onsty and Danny Mullins, then Brights Hill. Sean Flanagan in 3rd, and 4th is Calico and Jack Kennedy. Break then to Must Be Obeyed, who was low at that 2nd fence, for Dad O'Keefe, and then Ardira Rue, Shane O'Callaghan. Echoes of Family and Mike O'Connor, the back markers. On to fence number 3. The final fence the next time they meet it, and off to the right. Allegory de Vassy, but safely to the other side as she goes further away from stable companion Onsty. Onsty 2 clear of the 3rd running Brights Hill, then Calico. 8 lengths to Must Be Obeyed, having her 2nd outing of the festival, is 2 behind Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family as they rise uphill to fence number 4. And stringing them out is Allegory de Vassy. Leads to the 4th, Onsty, and then Brights Hill, Calico. No changes in the 1 to 4. Allegory de Vassy jumped that in a fashion. Onsty 2nd, 6 lengths back, then Brights Hill. Calico is 4th. Calico in turn well cleared of Must Be Obeyed, and then Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family. Uphill they go to fence number 5. Allegory de Vassy again into the corner. Onsty, followed by Brights Hill, Calico. Gone a long way clear of the other 3 at the back. Must Be Obeyed, Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family. Downhill they go to fences 6 and 7. It's Allegory de Vassy, followed by Onsty, Brights Hill and Calico. As the 4 race by themselves, well cleared of Must Be Obeyed. And then Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family, the foot of the ditch. The foot of the track, Allegory de Vassy jumped that straighter than the couple previously. Onsty 2nd, then Brights Hill and Calico. On to the 7th, bringing them towards the halfway stage. Allegory de Vassy over from Onsty, Brights Hill, and then Calico Must Be Obeyed. Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family. They're well strung out. Turning inside the halfway stage, and the 7 fences left to jump. And the Hanlon Concrete EBF Glencarrig Lady Francis Flood Mares Chase Grade 2. Allegory de Vassy, who took it up very early on, approaches the first of 3 in the back straight, safely over from Onsty, who's just hurling on to 2nd for the time being from Brights Hill. Gone on from Calico and then Must Be Obeyed, Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family. Centre fence in the back straight, 6 from the finish. Allegory de Vassy. Brights Hill jumped up on terms with Onsty for the 2nd place, then Calico Must Be Obeyed out in front of the trailing pair, Ardira Rue and Echoes of Family. Last on the far side. 5 fences from the finish, and it's Allegory de Vassy, with now moving off in pursuit is Brights Hill, losing a place to the 3rd Onsty. Clear from Calico and then Must Be Obeyed as they turn towards the 4th last fence. Allegory de Vassy and Paul Townend from Brights Hill, and Sean Flanagan within 5 to 6 lengths. 2.5 lengths back to Onsty, and Danny Mullins in 3rd, gone clear from Calico in 4th. 4 fences left to jump. Allegory de Vassy maintains a useful looking advantage over Brights Hill, and then Onsty. Calico, they've 3 fences left to jump. The fence on the home turn coming up. Allegory de Vassy with a slightly reduced advantage over Brights Hill. Onsty in 3rd, Calico in 4th, and then Must Be Obeyed. The 3rd last fence on the turn into the straight. Allegory de Vassy safely over, but jumping much closer Brights Hill. Now within about 3 lengths. A gap appearing to in 3rd place Onsty, and then Calico and Must Be Obeyed. As the main 2 turn in, separated by a couple of lengths. Allegory de Vassy and Brights Hill, who's now shaken up on the outside to try and close. Coming down to the 2nd last, Allegory de Vassy and Paul Townend. On the right is Brights Hill, who jumped up on terms for Sean Flanagan and is coming there very strongly. And it is Brights Hill who has taken easily the long-time leader, Allegory de Vassy. And with one fence left to jump, it's Bright Hill coming clear. At the final fence, Bright Hill safely over from Allegory Devassi. This is a performance and a half as Bright Hill goes through the season unbeaten. In the Hanlon Concrete EBF Glencadig Lady Francis Flood Mare's Grade 2 chase. What a performance by the two mare. Bright Hill has won by a straight. Second is Onstey. Second in the race for the second year running. Must be obeyed Allegory Devassi 3 and 4.
Yes, just as the commentator said, our Allegory Devassi, no match on the day there for Brides Hill in the Grade 2 mare's chase. Brides Hill running to a mark of 156, the Dylan Thomas sired mare. Very good performance, trained by Gavin Cromwell. Out of the others, well, nothing else rated above 130 in the race, including the rather disappointing, it has to be said, Allegory Devassi, sent off the 11 to 8 favourite. And she's had a rather disappointing season, really. I think it's fair to say, managing to win 2 listed races only. And she's also been placed in a Grade 3. The best mark she could come up with all season of 159 when she won at Naas in February was exactly the same as the mark she came up with last year when she beat Brides Hill by 19 lengths in a Grade 2 novice chase on my birthday, funnily enough, 22nd of January 2023. So it's safe to say that in her first year in open company, Allegory Devassi hasn't really improved her rating at all. Well, according to the Racing Post, she hasn't really improved her rating at all. So that means really that people probably really need to use a bit of discernment as to whether they move forward with Allegory Devassi heading into the next jump season. The last race of the festival we're going to take a look at featured the winner of the Ballymore at the Cheltenham Festival, Ballyburn, who looked a very good horse that day. He was looking to follow up in the Grade 1 at Punchestown over the same distance. Also in the race was Mirrors West, another one from the YouTube channel. Let's see how the race worked out.
Raised. They're sent on the way in the 2.5 mile Alana Holmes Champion Novice Hurdle Grade 1. And the leader is Middlesbrough West, leading Ballyburn, Predator's Gold, White Cap of Staffordshire Knot, and then Jatara. Dropped in the back marker is Jimmy DeSoy, continuing on towards the first fly. In the lead is Middlesbrough West and Mark Walsh. From the short-priced favourite Ballyburn and Paul Townend over in third place. Predator's Gold, Patrick Mullins. Already getting a shake-up. Staffordshire Knot, Jack Kennedy on the outside. Yet to warm to the task. And then Jatara, Nico de Boinville, Jimmy DeSoy, Sean O'Keefe. Turning into the straight, having jumped 2. It's Middlesbrough West leading by 2 1/4 lengths to stable companions Ballyburn. And Predator's Gold disputing the fourth, Jatara and Staffordshire Knot. And looking on in last place is Jimmy DeSoy. Reaching their final 2 miles. The flight coming up is the third. And it's Middlesbrough West, followed by Ballyburn. Predator's Gold running the rail. The mare Jatara on the outside. And the white cap Staffordshire Knot, 6th of the 6th, is Jimmy DeSoy as they go on away from flight number 3. Little changes. It's Middlesbrough West by 2 lengths to Ballyburn. Looked a top-class prospect when winning at Cheltenham. Just shading the third is Predator's Gold. From fellow Jigginstown runner Staffordshire Knot. 2 lengths off them in 5th place, Jatara. And bringing up the rear is Jimmy DeSoy, going uphill to flight number 4. Middlesbrough West from Ballyburn. 3rd is Predator's Gold. 4th is Staffordshire Knot, and 5th is Jatara. at the rear of the field. Trailing is Jimmy Desai. Uphill they go to the next flight, the 5th. And it's Middlesbrough West, up and over from Ballyburn, who hit it. But safely to the other side. Then Predators Gold and Staffordshire Not, Jatara and Jimmy Desai. Downhill they go. In the last of today's Grade 1s, the Alana Holmes Champion Novice Hurdle over 2.5 miles. It's Middlesbrough West with a reduced advantage of 1.5 lengths over Ballyburn, 2 lengths off them, discreet in the third. Staffordshire Not and Predators Gold, the final couple of Jatara and Jimmy Desai. The downhill flight taking them towards halfway. Middlesbrough West extended the lead with a good jump to 3 lengths over Ballyburn. Then Predators Gold and Staffordshire Not, those two together, and then Jatara and Jimmy Desai. Into the back straight they go. Another 5 flights left to jump. And yet to be headed, Middlesbrough West leads Ballyburn, Predators Gold, on the outside Staffordshire Not, and then the bright orange jacket of Jatara, Jimmy Desai, still trailing the field, who raced directly across from the stands. They've 4 flights left to jump. Middlesbrough West by less than 2 lengths to Ballyburn. Together for the 3rd and 4th, Predators Gold and Staffordshire Not. Jatara 2.5 in front of the trailing Jimmy Desai as they jump that flight at the end of the back straight. Middlesbrough West establishes an advantage of 2.5 lengths over Ballyburn and the red cap. Then Predators Gold. Wider out to Staffordshire Not, and then Jatara and Jimmy Desai as they compact at the end of the back straight, the completion of the circuit. 3 flights left to jump. It's Middlesbrough West, stop by Ballyburn. This has been from the outset. And then Predators Gold, Staffordshire Not, Jatara and Jimmy Desai all close in behind with 5 furlongs to go and 3 flights to jump. Middlesbrough West leads still. Stable companion Ballyburn, who's now within 3/4 of a length to a length. Then Predators Gold edging the 3rd from Staffordshire Not. Jatara and Jimmy Desai coming towards the second last. Middlesbrough West. Ballyburn almost on terms. Then Predators Gold, Jatara, Jimmy Desai dropping out of contention and off to the right of that flight and colliding with the rail was Staffordshire Not. Running round the home turn with 1 flight left. Middlesbrough West from Ballyburn now wound up to try and get on terms. Predators Gold on the outside of Jatara as they straighten with 2 furlongs to race and 1 flight to jump. It's still Middlesbrough West with the advantage. Challenging one out from the rail is Ballyburn, but pumped away to do so. Going on from in 3rd Jatara and then Predators Gold, and Ballyburn leads for the first time in the race. Middlesbrough West is quickly tied up. Jatara moves off in pursuit of the long odds on favourite Ballyburn, who comes to the final flight up and over by 4 lengths to Jatara. Tar jump by Predators Gold and then Middlesbrough West. It is another major milestone for the all-conquering Willie Mullins as he becomes Irish Racing's winningmost trainer. Ballyburn and Paul Townend for the quick-fire Grade 1 double along with Willie. 4 in it now in the championship. Jatara 2nd, Predators Gold and Middlesbrough West come next.
There we have it. Ballyburn doing the business again. Following up his Cheltenham Festival victory with victory at Punchestown. The Flemonsfirth side gelding running to a mark there of 152 to beat Jatara by 3 1/4 lengths. Our horse there, Middlesbrough West, very disappointing really. Running to a mark of 134 in finishing in 4th place. Ballyburn, we'll take a look at him first. You'll see his mark of 166 at Cheltenham and 157 at Leopardstown. Was not even needed to win this Punchestown Grade 1, 152. But the horse still managed to get the job done. And apart from his defeat to Firefox on a maiden hurdle around back in early December, the horse has gone from strength to strength, winning 4 novice hurdles in succession, 3 of them at Grade 1 level. Will the horse stay hurdling or will the horse go novice chasing next season? That remains to be seen, I think, at this stage. Got very interesting pedigree. He's actually from the dam line of Dawn Run, So why would he not stay hurdling if that is what connections choose to do? But a fascinating prospect for next season. Mirror West, it's fair to say the horse has been a little bit of a hype horse, really, the Westerner side gelding. He's obviously quite very well bred, a half-brother to Fernie Hollow. This horse is only 6-year-old, but you'll see that after his win at Naas in the National Hunt Sphere, his hurdle form has really been what it was. In fact, the Racing Post is telling us that well-beaten 19-length fourth and mark of 134 was the best performance the horse managed to put in all season. He did manage to win a Grade 2 at Fairyhouse in March, but he was well beaten by Fun, I thought, in the Grade 3 as well at Naas, and he was well beaten by Ballyburn on this occasion as well. I think possibly this horse seems booked for a novice chase campaign. I don't think he will enter the open hurdle sphere. So another year in novice company, I think, beckons for Mirror West. And looking at the form of this, it's arguable to say that he probably does need it. You know, we saw Gaelic Warrior run in to around 157 in novice chases this year earlier. I mean, Mirror West with 134 would have a fair bit to find, wouldn't he, running in that sphere if he was to race Gaelic Warrior. It'll be interesting to see if Mirror West can progress over fences next season. Right, I think, I know that this is the end, really, of the 2023-2024 National Hunt season and the Punchestown review for this season. Thank you very much, everybody, for finding the time to watch it. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much to everybody for subscribing and commenting when you do. Leave your comments in the chat section. What are your best horses for the upcoming National Hunt season? What horses are you most looking forward to seeing run? But for now, I'm thinking of ending this video here. What I will do at the end of it is I will give everybody an opportunity to look at all the National Hunt horses on the channel at the moment in a playlist. And I will also give everybody an opportunity who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe to the channel. I will give them an opportunity to do so. But for now, thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video. I'm going to leave the video here. Not much National Hunt racing now, really, on this channel. I think until about September 2024. We probably might break it up towards the end of July, middle of August, take a look at all the horses and see which ones off the channel we decide to move forward with for that season. But that's about it, really, for the National Hunt horses now for a month or so. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to watch the video. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day tomorrow and take care. Goodbye.